Hey, you. Yeah, you. You're watching this right now. Buckle up, because I'm about to drag you into the darkest corners of the internet where a creature lurks. A monster so infamous, so relentless, it could have crawled straight out of a horror flick. And I'm talking about DarkSydePhil DSP, the streamer who's less human and more of an entity. And tonight, we're going to dissect this beast like it's the final act of a slasher movie. So grab your popcorn, mute your notifications, and let's dive into this nightmare. Now picture this opening scene of a horror movie, okay? The camera's panning across a quiet suburban street. Did I say suburban? Suburban street. I can't speak here. Too quiet, right? And bam, the screen flickers, and there he is, DSP, hunched over his setup, controller in hand, whining into the void, probably about that goal, right? He's not a guy playing games. No. He's the monster of the story. What kind of monster, you ask? Because a monster in a horror movie has to be doing stuff, right? But I've got the perfect match. I do. No, he's not your Freddy Krueger. That would require him to do something. He's not your Jason Voorhees, with a machete and all. No, he's not doing that. That requires him to do something. No. We need a villain. We need a monster that is lazy as lazy can be. All it has to do is be. All it has to do is just exist. And that is the one and only, the Blob. The Blob, I kid you not. DSP, DarkSydePhil, is the Blob. That oozing, unstoppable mass from that 1950s, right? 1950s classic. Hear me out on this. Hear me out. The Blob doesn't slash. He doesn't chase. It just consumes. It's just an entity. It rolls into town, swallowing everything in its path. Resources, attention, dignity. Sounds familiar, right? DSP streams are like that. Hours of gameplay. Rants and begging for tips. Always begging for tips. How's he doing? I'm making this credit card payments. How's that mortgage? What's the next goalpost? It just always moves. It is never fulfilled. There's no fulfilling it. It sucks in every last shred of goodwill from its audience. This blob creature, this DarkSydePhil does. I need the money, he cries. And the chat trembles, tossing coins into the abyss like villagers. Like the villagers sacrificing to appease this ancient curse. They think the blob could be substantiated eventually, but the blob doesn't care about any of that. The blob doesn't care about how it looks. It just goes fatter, louder, messier. That's pretty much DSP's content, right? It just get fatter, louder, and messier. It's the same deal. It's once you realize this comparison's so on point, it makes perfect sense. People will describe DarkSydePhil as being the king roach, the pig roach. Well, roaches actually do something. They actually have to move around. And roaches actually have to form, they can form colonies. They can actually have offspring and stuff. DSP, not so much. He just consumes everything. Even the potential for offspring and all that from his, how low are we going here? How low are we going? I'll save that for a part 2 if we want to do that. But let's dig a little bit more here. Really hear me out on this. Really hear me out. I'm telling you, the way the Blob is and the way DSP's content is, it's very similar. A similar deal. Unedited, raw, a sprawling mess of complaints and excuses. The game's broken. It's not my fault. Stuff like that, right? Oh, you can hear it. You can hear it now. Imagine this. How about this? The face of the Blob. What is the face of the Blob? The Blob doesn't have a face. It has no personality. It's just a thing. That's why that movie is difficult to market. It's like, this thing is just a thing. That's all it is. How do you market that? How do you make that scary? There's no face. It's just this entity that moves. It's just a hunger. That's similar to DarkSydePhil. He's got a face. Yeah, sure, yeah. But it's that expression. You know the one, that infamous pre-stream moment, caught on cam, eyes rolling back, hands a little busy. It's that kind of scene that'd make a hard director proud. Yeah, absolutely. It's unsettling. It's grotesque. It's unforgettable. Unforgettable. That's what you need there. And that's what you have. The Blob doesn't need to speak to terrify. It just has to be. It just has to exist. And it's much like DarkSydePhil. But when DarkSydePhil does speak, it works against him. I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct. Stuff like that. It would be like the monster's mantra. It'd be like DarkSydePhil's mantra if he would be this blob entity lurking and haunting people. Now, who would we be? Who would be the viewers? The viewers are like the townsfolk. The viewers, the commentators, even the detractors, they would be the townsfolk in the movie. They'd be running and shouting things, saying, don't feed it. It'll never stop. Don't feed it. Don't feed it, whatever you do. Don't give it attention. Don't give it the money. What are you doing? You're making it bigger. You're making it worse. But there's always that one guy, that one loyal fan who stumbles too close, hypnotized by the Blob's pathetic groans. And then you know what happens. It just becomes another subscriber lost to the void. Another dollar slurped up. And the Blob doesn't care if you love it or hate it. It just wants to feed. DSP's the same. Praise him, troll him, mock him. He thrives on it all, growing stronger each and every view, each and every click. Really, honestly, you think about it, he's actually more like the slime gunk from Ghostbusters 2. I mean, kind of, sort of, really, honestly. But here's the real hard twist of this. The Blob's immortal. You can't kill it. The fire, ice, pitchforks, nothing works. Nothing works with the Blob. DSP's been at this for 15 years. Probably longer than that. Watch a historian's going to fact check me on that one. But he's been at this for a long time. And during his career, there have been scandals. There have been scandals, especially in his fighting career. His Street Fighter days. All right, scandals, bans, controversies. Twitch kicked him out. YouTube demonetized him. And yet, here he is, still streaming, still whining, still begging, still being. He's not just surviving, he's evolving. The Krabby Patty collab streams, those things. Raising $2,000 to eat a burger or some nonsense, right? I mean, raising money for Arby's. What are we talking about? Raising money to change vests, to change his outfit. Raising money to reveal that he has a house cat. Okay? It is crazy. The Blob is mutating. Okay? The Blob mutates That's like DarkSydePhil mutating and changing his, finding new ways to ooze into your wallet. Except they're sad and pathetic ways. They cannot be that like, oh man, I'm going to donate to DarkSydePhil. So you know why? I want to know what the big prize is. And surprise, surprise, it's a house cat. All right. You just can't escape him, okay? He's in your algorithm. Your recommended videos, your nightmares. That's what DarkSydePhil is. He's like the blob, okay? I think that is the case there. Now, there is a moral to this story, to this horror story. And the moral that you may not want to hear, it's this. The real monster isn't DarkSydePhil. The real monster isn't the blob. The real monster is as those that feed it. People that keep watching and keep feeding the blob. They keep the cycle going. In a way, DarkSydePhil is our creation, our Frankenstein's monster. He's stitched together from views and drama. So next time you see him go live, ask yourself, do you run from the blob? Or do you toss another scrap? Like what are you doing? You could easily outrun it. All you have to do is to avoid it. But that drama sucks you back in. You might say, I don't give it money. I don't give it money. I don't support it. But you're watching a streamer that's watching him. But, I'm not supporting DarkSydePhil. I'm just supporting this other guy who's watching him. He's watching him. I mean, if you go all the way down, what I'm saying is, no matter how you go about this, you watch clips of him, watch other people making fun of him, watching people who grow a channel of their own, watching him, consuming the content, all that, he will benefit. He always benefits. Through the hate, I guarantee you, through the hate watching, he only grows stronger. If it wasn't for any of that, I'd imagine his views would dwindle into nothing. Next to nothing, anyway. But the thing is, predicted. We got to watch. So, there you have it. So with that said, sleep tight, folks. DSP is out there. The blob is out there. And he's hungry. He's hungry. He's going to come asking for your views and money. And you may just give it to him one way or another. Y'all take it easy.